We have, of course, brought in our boy from the Bayou. It's Dust Moret. How are you doing?
Doing good. Just enjoying from the green room, watching Moses, just slowly lose his spirit, watching some more.
Well, he already lost all his hair. There's no really way to go after that, is there? So. Yeah. You'll have a great beard by the end.
I don't like any of this. That's
Yeah. I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you don't. But anyway, we've got a game coming up. It's going to be Luminosity versus Cloud9. Just a few words about Nothing, who had an amazing resurgent performance yesterday, Dust. I know you were very impressed with what he did.
Yeah, it's great to see some of that out of him again. It's been so long, I feel, since we've really seen Nothing have that type of impact. And, of course, Moses made the point that this is why Slimmy is on this team. It's to take the reins of the team, lead the team next to Urakanji, and free Nothing up to make the plays that we want to see, which was such an integral part of when Cloud9 had their success last year, was because he was able to fit well with Shroud and Skadoodle to actually put up frags and open up areas of the map and just be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and Cold Zero yesterday, just monster performances. I think he picked up 2 of our MVP awards. Just ridiculous fragging ability that he has.
Yeah, next to an MVP award at MLG Columbus, the last major that we had, as well as being one of the best players for the team at the ESL Season 3 Pro League. So he's the key player of the team while they're winning titles. I mean, as you noted, he's only had one off event, IM Katowice. He's played 17 or so other lands over his period of time with Luminosity. He always puts up just incredible numbers. He does it with the op. He does it with the rifle. The man can do everything. I mean, he's just a special kind of player. There aren't many guys out there like him.
Well, let's dust a little bit more about these guys. What makes them so good?
They just have so much going for them. They have superb leadership. They have amazing strategy and tactics to implement that. They have incredible players. There's really no weak links on this team when it comes to performance. I mean, you have all these roles that are really well established, but they're also quite diverse. I mean, especially with Cole, the versatility that he has as a player, whether it's opening up areas of the map or being put in the clutch situations, he can do it all. FNX has been big for them to be kind of that stable rock player, the kind of old reliable that you can always count on to be able to dig you out of tough situations. And then you have some big explosive playmakers too. Fallen's op is incredible. Name another in-game leader that has the capabilities this guy has. It's hard to do so. So they just have so much going for them.
Yeah. Well, Dust, you've been around a long, long time, and some say that you're criminally underappreciated. Here's a man that might be also criminally underappreciated, FNX. He's a veteran, much like yourself, been around for a long time. He had a great game today.
Absolutely. I mean, I think he's at Mango Habanero level right now. Maybe we'll get him into Blazing Hot in the next game. But he was absolutely the reason that Luminosity were able to shut down Cloud9. Cloud9 rely on guys like Stewie, Slimmy, Nothing being able to just dictate the pace at middle. But you're looking at FNX in all these clips. He's getting aggressive mid. He's taking these fights to the double doors. He's pushing lower B tunnels. He's pushing the catwalk. And he's winning all of these fights. He's putting up incredible numbers. He absolutely just shut down Cloud9. Didn't allow them to get any space to work with.
But that entire mindset of Brazilian teams is really taken over the entire world of Counter-Strike by storm.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, just the work ethic that's there, the strategy they bring, being able to have that perfect mixture of the default methodical style as well as the fast executes, that hybrid capability that they have, and just the fundamentals that they have. In Immortals, we've already seen the core of their lineup have proven they have championship pedigree. They've won DreamHack Summer. They won the CEVO title a couple of months back. Some of these players, Phelps, really talented player, Bolt's very stable, consistent passive rifle, and then Henny's that flashy opper. So they have a lot of firepower. Now with Zeus, they should have some veteran leadership that'll help put in a better system, make sure that they stay consistent with their tactics. Absolutely. I mean, they're really comfortable on this map. They've actually changed up a couple of positions, so we keep an eye on Phelps. He's really important now on controlling the B platform, something Bolts used to do. So the point is that they built their legacy on this map, and though they've made adjustments, they're still quite good on it. It's still a map that you can rely on them to get good results on. But I know it's certainly a map that Cloud9 also do favor playing in the North American scene. They have a roster that's also very comfortable playing it. They're playing a lot, like Automatic, even though he's new to the team, he gets to play the same spots he used to play on TSM, so there's a lot of comfort there. So I think they should give him a good fight on it. I don't see why not.
Well, I mean,
for me, it's like Bolts is the rock of the team. He's the consistent one. And then because Phelps and Bolts are on opposite ends of the spectrum, Bolts being the more passive guy, kind of laid back, more clutch situations, Phelps the more explosive entry type player. And Phelps definitely can be the flashy guy who puts up big numbers, but Bolts is the one that you're going to expect game in and game out to be able to play his role and do his job to give his team a chance to win.
So Cobblestone. All right, we touched on this briefly before the break, but let's go through it again. Cobblestone, envious favored map. Dustin, I'm going to start with you. How do you think it's actually going to go down?
Yeah, it's actually going to be cool because I think we're going to see a nice clash of styles here between these two teams. When I've watched Mouse Sports play, they seem to rely more on like the slow, methodical default style. They like to go to double op. even on the terrorist side. So that means they like to give time for Oscar and Chris J to work picks with the ops on both sides of the map. Whereas when you look at a team like Envious, they're just known for their aggression, right? They're just going to send Happy somewhere by himself and let the other 4 work the map pretty quick. They also have these crazy drop-down executes that are pretty nifty. So it's definitely going to be the fast pace versus the slow pace a lot of the time. And this is certainly a map where Envious are that aggressive style that they have. It's so effective on a map like this, particularly, especially when CTs can't play for information as much. So yeah, this map is set up for Envious to be successful, I feel like.
What can Mousesports do? What is the way that they come through and actually go for this? Now, they've been in the booth since that last map ended, probably devastated, but they've come into this one, and surely they've come up with a few strategies. Is there anything we think we might see from them?
I think the biggest things that have to work for Mousesports to have a chance this map is Nico has to have a good game again, which usually he can. He plays an important role on that B platform, which is prime real estate you have to have on this map on both ends of the map to be successful. So you got to keep your eye on Nico. And again, that double op setup on both sides of the map has to work. Like, this is a map where Oscar absolutely has to play to a T. He has to go toe-to-toe with Kenny S, and he has to be able to produce. Otherwise, I don't think there's a chance for them in this map.
But what do you think we're taking away from this? What lessons do these teams take out of this tournament?
With Envious, it's amazing to see Apex keep this consistent form. He's always been the type of guy who can be very explosive, who can have a huge impact on the game as an entry fragger and even on CT sides. But the fact that he played so well throughout DreamHack Bucharest right before this event, and now he's the clear MVP of this event, that's events back-to-back now where he's looked so strong. And Kenny S as well, again, you know, really getting his form back with the op and looking great. As Thorn mentioned, the map pool's looking good. Dust2's there. They still have Cash and Cobble. They have that nuke pocket pick. They're competitive on Mirage, so it's good to see that coming in. And this is the title that they finally win. They haven't won a title in probably like 7 or 8 months since Game Show. I think that was either in January or February. And they add another top 4 finish to their belt as well off the back of Bucharest. So it's looking good for Envious right now, but we do need to see it against bigger competition, as MBK noted in his interview.
Ago, you used to have quite a difference in European and North American CS on the T side, especially how the approach to mid and connector, there's a lot less control of it, I would say, in North America than there was in Europe historically. But perhaps North America have developed further. Do you have an opinion?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if COG will still be this way, but underneath Peter's direction, they were really the team at the beginning of this year that kind of demonstrated the ability to play like the slow, methodical, kind of mid-control style that was so prevalent amongst European teams. But with the introduction of Brazilians to the North American scene, we've seen innovation. You know, SK Gaming back when they were Kaboom, like a long time ago, innovated how they executed. And now lately, we've seen them even innovate how you can do stuff at the B-bomb site. Ever since like MLG Columbus, I've seen these crazy B executes that SK can do. I've even seen them like run out B apartments, jump out the window, and go back through Cat to connect. Like these crazy, just executes their playbook so deep. So certainly it's great because when Threat came in, he added this new tactical system to the team, right? And you could see them like innovating on maps like Cash and Cobblestone. Their tactics on those 2 maps get used by everyone now, and so they always had that capability. Forest has been nuts lately, and so you have a lot of good things going for you. Now Michael kind of adds that wild card factor, right? You can give him the op sometimes. You can kind of let him explore the map, see what openings he can find, and he can also fill some of the roles that Pitt has left behind as well. He has no problem just kind of sliding into the system that's already in place and just kind of helping them out. And so, yeah, I think this is one of the best situations that could have happened. Like, yeah, if you can't use your starting 5, someone like Michael coming in to be your 5th, that's not too shabby, right? I mean, they've had success with him in the past, and they're having it again now.